Bang, bang, Southern Fried Gang. Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be live. We've had a busy day at Southern Fried Sports. I've got some huge news we're going to share. That's coming up. Coming up on tonight's show on Southern Fried Sports is going to be some NASCAR talk. We've got the Yankees, and they finally got rid of the most archaic, ridiculous rule on the face of the planet. I'll talk about that coming up. We're going to talk some Gamecock softball, baseball, men's basketball. We got a few news and notes, like I said. We're going to dive into it all. Already got P Digits and Mark over here. What's good, gentlemen? How are y'all? Appreciate you being here. Let's get those comments rolling in. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and follow. And to start off with, let's start off with that. Liking and subscribing. If you'll look at the bottom of my page right here, or it might be over here. Either way, right under where it says Southern Fried Gentleman, check out that new tag on X, on Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Make sure to go hit follow on it. I am going to share as much Gamecock factual information, sports related on that page that I possibly can. I might end up putting a few opinions on it. Who knows? We've got the Gamecock men playing right now. We'll talk about that coming up this evening. But yeah, just make sure to hit like, subscribe, follow. Also check out GreenvilleSportsMedia.com, Furman Joust, Arden's Burger and Grill, Beef and Rib, Hyundai of Anderson. If you tell any of those people that we sent you there, they'll look out for you. They'll know you're good people. And as a matter of fact, speaking of good people, I wanted to tell you guys something real quick, if I could. This is my show, dang it. So I can sit here and I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. And none of what you guys say matters. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, can you imagine if I called myself a gentleman and then I acted that way toward people who share comments and come in here and listen and all that stuff? Could you imagine if I actually did that? I couldn't really call myself much of a gentleman if that were the case. Brian, it doesn't matter. You're here. You're good. Appreciate you being here. Pensman in the house. It's my hockey guy, man. He's going to get me into hockey. Pensman is. I don't know how. Unless he's an optometrist and can help me see the puck better, he won't get me into hockey anytime soon. I tried. But anyways, back to the sponsors and stuff. Like I said, make sure to hit follow on this new Twitter page that I've got. I don't know if I'm pointing the right way. Cameras, man, the reverse, it throws me off. I can't tell. But you guys get the point. Dang it. Y'all get on my back. It's too early for that. So, with all of that said, we will be covering the SoCon tournament coming up soon. And I'm going to lead off talking about the Furman game and the Furman experience that we had today on Southern Fried Sports. And y'all, I'll be honest with you, Furman did what they normally do. Got out to a hot start. Things were looking good. Go into like a little bit of a cold streak, a loyal, whatever you want to call it, a lull, L-U-L-L, lull, not loyal. They came into a lull. Nobody was really scoring there for a minute. It got dicey. Furman and VMI got dicey. And I'll tell y'all what, I was annoyed the first 5 minutes of the game. There was this cat from VMI, and y'all tell me if y'all ever played with anybody in sports like this. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the dude that's always standing in the corner. Hey, I'm open. Throw it to me. I'm over here. Yeah, number 11 for VMI. I'm not even going to attempt to say his name. Well, I'm lying. I'm going to attempt it, obviously, but I'm not going to get it right. Augustinus Kidulus, and that is spelled Augustinus. Augustinus, first name. Last name, Kiudulus. Kidulus? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all spell it out in the comments. How would you pronounce that name? But this dude, y'all, the first 5 minutes of the game, he was clapping his hands. Hey, throw me the ball. I'm open. And every time he touched the ball, it was the most meaningless pass you've ever seen in your life. Not only to him, but from him. He would literally just catch the ball and give it to somebody else. Dude finally got brave enough, though, to shoot a three-pointer. And he made it. But the whistle had already blown. The play was already over. And that was the only three-pointer he made all night. He had a pretty good stat line, though. 11 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. But 0 of 2 from three-pointer. But like I said, the one he made, he made one, but it didn't count. It was after the whistle. And Nick Anderson for Furman, though, man. The last 2 games that I've seen him, the dude has went off in the second half. And if you check out the channel, there's an interview with Bob Ritchie. I actually asked him about that. I said, would you prefer him to be a closer like that, or would you prefer him to be more consistent? And he said, man, I don't really care. I just tell him to go shoot. And that was the first thing he said. He said, dude, am I going to have to ask you to shoot the ball more? Like, can you imagine your head coach coming to you and be like, hey, man, can you do me a favor? Can you shoot the ball more? So Pensman, he says that the AS at the end of that is silent. So he's going with Augustine. That's fair. Augustine, he put up some stuff. TJ Johnson, he threw up 1 3-pointer close to the end of the game. Most raindrop Steph Curry 3 you've ever seen in your life for VMI. But back to the Furman guys, it was senior day for them. Nick Anderson, like I said, went off in the second half again. Garrett Heen, he fouled out. He had a pretty good game. PJ Smith, 17 points, had a good game there. As a matter of fact, he might have scored more than 17. That might not be my final Bible there. So PJ Smith and Nick Anderson, though, went off in the second half. Like I said, we had the great interviews. We're going to be at the SoCon tournament. We're coming up on March Madness, everybody. College basketball is about to get good. Y'all thought it was good already? Shoot. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all are not ready for what college basketball is about to become. Like what we see right here. South Carolina, Texas. I'm watching them right now. The Gamecocks are up 40-22. And if you're wondering, no, I did not bet on them to lose this game. I said that would be what it would take for them to win. But I didn't have to do it. But this game is far from over. If anybody can blow an 18-point lead in SEC play this year, I do unfortunately believe that it would be the South Carolina Gamecocks. Really? As Pensman says, Duke is going to be the national champions. We find out that Duke is hammering Illinois thanks to P. Digits and Pensman and Mark. Appreciate all you guys. Mark, you tell them, buddy. Let's get those comments rolling. Get those likes going. Get those subscribes going. Pensman, yep, they are. Duke is hammering Illinois currently. I believe my good buddy Jake Crane just recently said on Twitter that he had a sneaky feeling that Illinois was going to beat Duke. Doesn't look like it, buddy. Sorry. The second half is underway for the men's Gamecock team. Texas is shooting free throws. Lead down to 16 with 19:52 to go in the second half. Duke is up 70-42, 13 minutes to go. Wow. Yep, 70-42. That's wild. So, and that was one thing I heard earlier. So if I could give you guys Auburn and Duke or the rest of the NCAA field, who would you take? 62 teams or 2 teams? As much as I would like my chances more picking 62 teams, I would find it very difficult to not pick Auburn. They just seem complete. I mean, they even have a Furman transfer. We were just talking Furman basketball. Pegues, dude hadn't even played for Auburn, and he was a daggum good player. Daggum good player for the Furman Paladins. Got lured to a better situation, supposedly. I mean, starting and playing or a national championship ring. That would be your choice in this situation. And so I would find it really difficult to pick against Auburn. But then, of course, there's so many teams, though, that they can get in here and make noise. There's always going to be someone that's unexpected. Gamecocks have stretched it out to 44-24. All right. Maybe y'all will not have a heartbreaking loss this game. I'm good with it. I'm here for it. I'm sure that Chuck and any other Gamecock fan would be. I'm sure Poppy's out there listening. Poppy, we're going to have to teach you how to comment, buddy. That way you can get in here and chop it up with these guys. All good fellas. Gamecock Chuck, Brian, P. Digits, Pensman. We got Mark up here. See if I can find one from Mark. All of these dudes. All good dudes. We're going to have to get you in here commenting, Poppy. We're going to have to figure that one out for you, bro. I know he's happy watching the Gamecocks winning right now. Speaking of winning, the Gamecocks women softball team, they're doing a lot of winning. As a matter of fact, I wanted to share this with you guys about the Gamecock women's softball team. They have now won 9 consecutive games by the run rule. So let me repeat that. The Gamecocks softball team, under a first-year head coach, have won 9 consecutive games, not just winning them, but by the run rule. They ended up beating North Carolina the other day with like 6 straight walks or something in the game with the bases loaded, and it ended up being the run rule. And then here they are again, 9-1 today. 9 hits, 1 error, 9-1. And also who's doing some winning is Paul Maneri, the new baseball coach for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Let me see if I can find that one. Yep, here we go. So Paul Maneri, he moved into 4th in all-time wins the other day. But with his win today, he becomes just the 2nd head baseball coach in Gamecocks history to begin their career at 7-0. The only other coach is Dick Weldon, who began 9-0. And this weekend was a big weekend for the South Carolina Gamecocks. We saw SU pulled early in a game because of a back strain. And we've already seen one pitcher out for the season having to have elbow surgery. Injuries are something that can derail this season in a heartbeat for the Gamecock men team. I certainly hope that's not the case. Hopefully we have the depth and the talent that we need. But what I've seen from some of these other SEC schools, man, their 1, 2, 3 pitchers are nasty. Nasty. I don't want nothing to do with none of them. Not in there, not one of those pitchers in the SEC. You got the Georgia closer the other day sticking his tongue out at the runner before he strikes somebody out. There was a pitcher the other day that hit a pause in the middle of his windup and then proceeded to throw the ball 100 miles an hour. And so despite Pulmonary and his success overall as a coach and their overall early success, the true test comes next weekend against Clemson. This is a chance to get right this weekend. Keep your ducks in a row. Get your momentum going. And then you get a real test. Clemson's already been tested. They played Oklahoma State, Ole Miss, Arizona. They're tested. We know Clemson's got talent. We're going to find out where the Gamecocks baseball team stacks up very soon. I would imagine. The Gamecocks women rebounded from their awful loss to Texas by smoking Arkansas the other day. We'll see. I just don't know if we got a national championship team this year. Feels like there's something lacking. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Dawn, she's even said she can't put her finger on it. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge later. I do hate that the SEC women's tournament, though, is in Greenville, and I'm not going to be able to be there. I mean, I probably could sneak in. I'm probably going to be busy that weekend. Like I said, we got the SoCon tournament. I'll be there the 8th and 9th. It starts the 6th. So we'll be busy there that weekend. But, man, yeah, golly. Maybe next year. Maybe next year I'll be at the SEC women's basketball tournament. Hopefully it's in Greenville again next year. We'll have to find out. But, man, that's the whole goal. That's why, hey, Chuck, you missed it. Make sure you hit follow on my new X here, if you can. At GSM_Gamecocks on X. It's going to be the new Gamecock page from Greenville Sports Media. Yours truly will be running it. And like I said, we're going to share factual information on there. Might throw out an opinion or two here and there. But, big things happening on Southern Fried Sports. And so I told you guys that I had a big take coming up on Yankees and their facial hair rule. We'll talk about that coming up. I've told you guys about my day at Furman. Furman did win today, put themselves in good position heading forward. They should be, barring anything catastrophic, they should not have to play day one of the SoCon tournament. And so, yeah, we've got some NASCAR and Yankee stuff we're going to get to. P-Digits, Mark, Chuck, you guys are all awesome. Let's see if we can hit these comments here. Let's see what we got. Gamecock Chuck, breaking out the brooms next weekend. We're going to sweep the Clemson Tigers under our favorite rug. I added that last part in. Shout out Cole Bryson. He one time said, sweep something under your favorite rug. And I'm like, who has a favorite rug? I mean, yeah, I've got a rug in my kitchen. I got a rug at the front door. I can't say that any of them are my favorite one, though. Who has a favorite rug? But Gamecock Chuck says that the Gamecocks will sweep, not sleep. Hopefully not. Hopefully nobody gets put to sleep. Oh gosh, now that I said, I can see it now. 34 players ejected, huge fight. They have to bring fans out of the stand to play the game between the Clemson Tigers and the Gamecocks coming up. I can already see it. Oh Lord, what's P Digit saying? Chuck, some women rely on those for transportation. That's good. That's clever. He's referring to the brooms, if you guys didn't get it. He's saying some women are witches. I will not bring my wife into that conversation. Yeah, I know, and I haven't been, Mark. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping it's there next year. Maybe we'll work it out. I'll be at the one next year, hopefully, because I doubt I'll be at the one this year. Like I said, I might get to sneak in, but I'll probably be in Asheville that day. Gamecock Chuck, too many accounts to follow. I know. Trust me. At this point, it's getting hard for me to even keep up who I'm affiliated with anymore. We got Sideline Sports Network. I'll be doing their East Tennessee State stuff coming up soon. I now have my personal pages. Southern Fried Sports, of course. So, yeah. It's very difficult to keep up with, Chuck. Very accurate. Couldn't agree more. But you'll do it because you love me, I hope. Come on. Come on, Chuck. I would do it for you. Come on. All right, y'all. Let's hit a little break. We're going to reset to the Yankees and the NASCAR talk, and then we'll get you out of here for the evening. Y'all be blessed. Hang on one second. All right, we are back. We've got an update. Duke, 81-47 over Illinois. Yikes. We've got Brian. He puts in his prediction. He says that Clemson will win 2-1 over USC. If you mean the series, I agree. I think they might do a split thing. Maybe. I don't know. Shoot, who knows? Gamecocks could get swept. I don't know. Clemson's good. Clemson's good. We shall see. But the Gamecocks will find out where they stack up. For sure. Speaking of stacking up, Austin Hill, NASCAR Xfinity driver. He has stacked up more than enough laps, leading in a drafting scenario than Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Dale Earnhardt in the Xfinity Series. He's led over 700 laps on draft tracks, and he's also won 5 of the last 7 at Atlanta. I don't know about you guys, but I would say that's pretty dominant. It even got a little chaotic behind him. He almost lost. Justin Allgaier got him on the last restart on the bottom. Austin Hill even got loose. Somehow or another, he was able to just put the foot to the gas, pedal to the metal, if you will. And he was gone. So, Austin Hill, he won. Pensman says the reason that Dale Earnhardt Jr. didn't lead more laps in Xfinity in a drafting track is because he left early for the Cup Series. Well, Pensman, I would also argue that now Atlanta is considered a drafting track, like I just mentioned. Austin Hill has won the last 5 out of the last 7 there. And I would be willing to bet that Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Dale Earnhardt laps from Xfinity don't include Atlanta. They would only include Daytona and Talladega. So yeah, we can poke holes in the stat. I just found it interesting because that was the race that happened just a little bit ago. But who do you guys have for tomorrow? We saw the best race of the year last year at Atlanta with a 3-wide finish, 7 thousandths of a second. 7 thousandths of a second. Separated 3 cars last year. Daniel Suarez, Kyle Busch, and Ryan Blaney. And so if you're asking me who wins tomorrow, those 3. One of those 3 again. Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, or Suarez. And then, of course, Joey Logano. He's probably going to be upset from last week. William Byron. He might win again. Who knows? We've got Chuck. He's got to vote in for Hamlin. Not yet. Not a bad pick. Hamlin. He's always a threat to win. Pensman, Kyle Larson. P. Digits. Pulling for Kyle Larson. I'm pulling for Chase. So, I try not to pick my people to win too much, man. It don't work. Not for me. Speaking of, I told you guys I didn't bet on the Gamecocks to lose, and they still managed to have a 20-point lead, 51-31, with 15.12 seconds to go. Colin Murray Boyles, man, he's been balling this game. He's shooting free throws now. Nailed it. And backflip by the cheerleader. Good job. Nailed it. And one more CMB. Nailed it again. How great would it be to keep him next year, Chuck? We do. We need to keep him, I think. I don't care what it takes. He needs to stay. Man, pairing him up with Eli next year. Whew. Pensman, Chase Briscoe. Yeah, not a bad pick either. I don't know, man. I don't trust it. I don't trust some of those guys. Chase Briscoe. Who else don't I trust? Corey LaJoy. Austin Cindric. Bubba Wallace. I don't trust those guys to win. Some of it's, you got to have luck. And some of these dudes are just cursed. I don't know what it is. The same old people win, though, normally. But it'll be interesting. You believe that. Tomorrow's race at Atlanta. It'll be interesting. Chuck, I got to be honest. I don't know Briscoe, darling. If you want to explain it to me, I'll listen. What is Briscoe, darling? Holy smokes. You got me on that one, Chuck. You got me. You got me. But as far as the Atlanta race tomorrow, will you be watching? Will you be tuned in? I know that I will be. Speaking of tuning into something, and we're about to wrap it up. We're going to get on out of here in a few minutes. Appreciate all you being here. Brian says he's going Logano in Atlanta. Not a bad pick either. I picked that one too. Always a threat to win. I don't like the guy. I don't like him. But he's always a threat to win. Speaking of threatening to win, though, and tuning in, y'all, we've got Tripp's first baseball practice next Friday, 6 p.m. Y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for him. He can throw the ball good sometimes, man. He can kill it off the tee. But every once in a while, man, he does this little like this arm flail to try to throw the ball, and that's all I can see in my head as he gets out there the first time try to throw the ball, and he just takes it and flails it and hits someone, maybe where he shouldn't hit someone. And I'm nervous. I'm nervous about it. So y'all, yeah, just keep me in your thoughts come next Friday. You know who else you guys should say thank you to while you're at it? Hal Steinbrenner of the Yankees finally got rid of the most ridiculous rule in baseball. If you play for the New York Yankees, you could not have a beard. They've had players that haven't signed with them because of it. I'm sure of it. And they said today that they now can have well-groomed beards. Fortunately, my son Trip, when he goes play baseball next Friday, will not have a beard. He can't grow one that fast. But hopefully he's on a team as good as the Yankees. But is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard? I can understand if you work in a restaurant or own a restaurant and you don't want people to have beards. I can understand that. I used to work at Chick-fil-A. Can't stand shaving. That's why I've got a beard, y'all, with this big old gray spot right here. You think I wouldn't like to shave this big old gray spot out of my beard? But I can't because I got a beard and I don't like shaving. So therefore, I could have never played for the Yankees because I don't like shaving. Now, I'll keep my beard trimmed, keep my hair trimmed. But I can't stand putting a razor on this baby face, y'all. But seriously, like, you're a baseball team. There's guys with crazy beards everywhere. But you mean to tell me if they're one of the best baseball players in the world and they have a beard and they don't want to shave it, you can't go play for the Yankees? So glad they got rid of this rule. I'm glad they threw the well-groomed in there. I can't wait to see the first Yankee who tests how long he can grow his beard. What do y'all think the length gets to? 1 inch, 2 inch? Before they're like, no, you got to trim that beard. You better trim it. We said well-groomed. And he's like, well, man, I got it lined up. It's just a little long. No. Well-groomed, we said. I quit. I'm sitting out the rest of this season. Can't do it. I will not shave my beard. But at least the Yankees finally got rid of that rule. And so with all of that said, y'all, we're going to tie this in a nice little bow. We're going to mention the Clinton High School women and men basketball teams. They are making deep runs into the playoffs right now. Very deep runs. We'll see how far they make it. Moving down to 2A was one of the best things that's ever happened to Clinton High School athletics, along with Coach Andy Young, who made it into the South Carolina Hall of Fame for his works as an athletic director and football coach for Clinton High School. And so good luck to those ladies and gentlemen. Shout out again to all the Furman seniors on their senior day today. We've had a great episode of Southern Fried Sports this evening. Y'all make sure to hit like, subscribe. Let's see. Last few comments. Chuck Briscoe. He's a character on the Andy Griffith Show. I'm old. I like watching TV Land. Yeah, no, well, first of all, no, you're not old, Chuck. TV Land's just one of the only good things to watch on TV, to be honest with you. I watch Adult Swim every night. Family Guy, American Dad, literally every night. 20 minutes. Sleep timer on the TV. I'm out. It's something that I don't have to pay attention to. Might make me giggle a little bit. And then it's time to do the real business and do one of my favorite things, which is sleep. And so tonight, I might sleep like a baby, as the Gamecocks are still winning 55-37 with 11 minutes to go. They're in a timeout at the moment. So we're going to see the way the rest of this game shakes. We're going to get some sleep. Gamecock Chuck, yep, as I mentioned the game, he already commented. He said we're about to blow this game away. Duke has absolutely blown away Illinois, according to P Digits. P Digits, you're the man. Chuck, you're the man. Brian, you're the man. Mark, you are the man. And I'm just the Southern Fried Gentleman of Southern Fried Sports. And with all of that said, I think we covered everything. NASCAR, Furman, don't forget, Sideline Sports Network, Greenville Sports Media.com, and go to Furman Joust. I put an article up today. There's some shorts on it. Y'all can even look at my writing and come make fun of me. I don't care. I'd love to hear what you had to say. I'll take any criticism or advice, and I'll take it with dignity and respect. And like I said, with all of that said, much respect, much love to all of you Pensmen. Appreciate you being here again. Y'all are all amazing. Be blessed, not stressed, and just be kind to one another. Dang it. We'll see y'all Monday, maybe.